Welcome to another episode of Ragas Franco. Welcome. Some exciting rugby yesterday. The first one, not that exciting. But mind you, maybe we must start in the UK. That was also some nice rugby. Leinster was completely over Edinburgh. Easy game, everything, but your typical forward-based game that I prefer. And then the second one that completely upped my Super Blue, Glasgow Warriors, that has beaten Munster. Very close game, again physical, hard rugby. And then we come back to South Africa, where the poor Lions, I don't know if I must call them poor Lions or feel sorry for them and everything, because they were totally outplayed by the Stormers.
Well, the Stormers are arguably currently probably our best team, South African team in the URC. So we knew it was going to be a tough game for the Lions, but then we didn't expect such an easy win for the Stormers.
Luckily for the Lions, it was 10-3 at halftime. So the
Western Province, yeah.
for Stormers, yeah. The first half was full of errors and everything. The second half, I got the feeling that the Lions, in trying to compete, forced himself into errors. But I mean, the back three of the Stormers was just sublime. I mean, it's brilliant game by the Stormers. They are leading. They're seventh on the URC log. So they're the first South African team that's gone past halfway. I think they're 5 or 7 points below the fourth place guys. So they're catching up quite fast. And then the second one, you came there surprising at Loftus. Your impression of the game?
Yeah, look, I think the Bulls, it was a game not won by the Sharks, it was a game lost by the Bulls. And why I say that is that, okay, 10 minutes in, Steyn was red carded for malicious tackle. Suddenly the Bulls backs to the wall, 14 against 15 men. And they seemingly kicked into another gear where their forwards dominated. They camped in the Sharks' quarter a lot of the time, a lot of possession, a lot of territory. Unfortunately, couldn't finish. So scoring opportunities gone. Plus, didn't take kickable penalties when they could have.
But once again, every time we get to a media conference, we ask Jake, respect your opponent. And every time he says at that stage of the match, it wasn't deemed necessary. Yeah. So when will he and Marcel Coetzee realize that
take the points when the points are on offer? And I'm talking about kickable penalties close or ahead of the post or front of the post. So that, and then, but also individual brilliance by Sharks players like Mapimpi. You know, as soon as the Bulls scored a try, catching the kickoff and then scoring.
First, the Bulls dropping the kickoff and then.
No, it wasn't dropped. They let the ball go because I also thought the ball was going to be out. It was close to the sideline. Read it well, superbly, caught it, kicked ahead, scored. Kept the Sharks in the lead, kept the pressure on the Bulls to try and play catch-up rugby.
Do you know what the Afrikaner says about gedog?
Anyway, so interestingly enough, and then second blow to the Bulls was losing Chris Smith, the replacement fly-off, through a head injury, I think in the 62nd minute. And then the Bulls also, saying, and the Sharks also received a yellow card.
Red card.
Was another red, correct. Yeah, another red. And then it was 14 against 14, and we thought, and this was about 10 minutes to go, I think, or a bit more. And we thought, okay, now it's game on. And it was game on. I mean, the Bulls pressured and pressured and pressured, and eventually it was too little too late. I mean.
But you must also remember there was a yellow card also against the Sharks. So the Sharks effectively played 20-30 minutes with 14 players, where the Bulls played 70 minutes. My question is, which was the more challenging red card? That one of Grant Williams at scrum half or Morné Steyn at fly half? Because the moment when Williams went off, that's the moment when the Bulls really starting to attack that's when they started scoring the tries and everything. Because, Williams was already the replacement, so they couldn't bring back their first scrum half. So according to me, that played more into the hands of the Bulls than what the red card to Morné Steyn was.
Yeah, no, look, for me, Steyn, my initial gut feel was penalty, maybe a yellow, and suddenly the red pops up. So, a malicious tackle, yeah. Williams is another factor. He tackled, wrapped arms about the shoulders, but his head made contact with Christmas' head.
It's accidental.
It's accidental. You can also argue that. So, yeah, a difficult call. Both, I think, are being appealed, if I remember correctly, from the press conference. And then we'll have to see what the outcome is.
Yeah, they will first appear before a judiciary committee, and then the decision will, if there's a further sanction, they will appeal it apparently. Yeah. But yeah, great game.
Yeah, no. Look, it was exciting rugby from both sides. One just feels that, or I feel that it, had water under the bridge. If Steyn didn't get red carded, probably would have been a different result. If the Bulls made better decisions on the field in terms of kicking for posts, plus they missed 3 conversions. Okay, but that was now with Dan Creel, the third option, the only option left on the field to kick after Christmas off, and Steyn was off. Yeah, all right. But anyway, close margin. It was 26-22, if I remember.
29-22.
So, but yes, Cohen Bosch got that penalty right in the last seconds of the game. But well done to the Sharks. Bonus point win. Yeah, no matter how you look at it.
What Franz was carrying on, I don't think it's water underneath the bridge. I think it's muddy water under the bridge. Yeah. I think a just result. Yeah. If you take the game into account, like I said, I felt that Grant Williams' red card was affecting the Sharks a lot more than what Morné Steyn's red card affected them. But yeah, the Sharks are back. It's not Fortress Loftus anymore.
No. And as Jake said, suddenly the Bulls find themselves with their backs against the wall for the first time, I think, 2 years, in terms of local teams. But you know what? It is what it is. Rugby is the name of the game. Let's see how they recover or go forward. I think, it sounded positive. And there was a lot of good that the Bulls probably could have taken from the game. But likewise, the Sharks. But anyway.
Yeah, take from the game, kick for poles. And that's why I said, Morné Steyn, I also wouldn't have kicked for poles at that stage if he was on the field. So, yeah. But that's it. Next week they're off. Next weekend they're off. And then the weekend thereafter they are in Europe to play one game. And then they're all back to South Africa again.
Yeah.
So interesting, South African teams are making inroads in the leaders board. Like I said, the Stormers are now 7th. I think the Sharks are 9th.
Yeah.
We will not discuss. I must say one thing, the excuses of the Lions are becoming so lame. Because again, Jaco said it's the defence. I mean, they chased Sean Erasmus away. Blaming him for everything that has gone wrong because of the defence. But at this stage, they're sitting with the same problem. Some of the journalists asked Jaco, but Jaco, you're saying every week this is happening. When are you guys taking action? And the guys that was dropped, that came back in the second half, they made the same, I don't want to call it judgment errors, I'd rather call it a lack of intensity errors. So when is the Lions going to accept that those players that they're playing does not want to put their bodies on their lines?
Exactly. Let's see.
That's it. Next week the URC are off, but we'll get to the other games just now.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Cheers.